Fans and critics alike have been praising Zack Snyders Justice League, but the biggest question still remains, are we going to get another one? That's what we're going to talk about today on the Wannabe Critic podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome, all fellow wannabes. Welcome to the show. I am Gabriel Fast. I do claim to be the Wannabe Critic. Whether you are watching this or listening to it, I want to ask that if this is your first time here, you consider subscribing. It would really mean the world. Make sure you hit the bell. You know all that jazz. Do a lot of different things over here on this YouTube channel. I would love for you to stick around and let us know how we're doing. Now look, there's been all kinds of speculation and all kinds of wild assumptions as to how much money that Zack Snyders Justice League has made. And I think whether you're a fan of the first Justice League or this Justice League, I think we can all agree that fans and critics alike would like to see this universe go forward even further. I, for one, would love to see a Man of Steel 2. I would have loved to see Ben Affleck's Batman get, fleshed out a little bit more. The biggest question that has been, being asked over the past few weeks is any of that ever going to happen? Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Is it going to happen? I've been thinking on this the past few days, and honestly, I don't see how Warner Brothers can move forward without restoring the Snyderverse at this point. For a few reasons. Now, as I said before, there's been all kinds of wild speculation as to how much money, that Zack Snyder's Justice League has really made. In a recent Forbes article written by Scott Mendelson, he put it so this way by his own, deductions, and that's a really good write-up. I really suggest you go read it. He says, best case scenario, Zack Snyder's Justice League brings or contributes to around $266 million in annual revenue. Now, that's assuming that everyone that signed on for HBO Max to watch the film is, going to be able to keep their subscription and, are going to carry it through to the end of the year, which may not happen. There's been good movies, like Kong versus Godzilla, and, like the new Space Jam's coming out and like some other stuff. They're trying to keep some geek-friendly things, on the site, on the app, on the service rather. And, I think that's the hopes is to keep those subscriptions rolling in. Now, people have been using all these crazy numbers, and I at first glance, it looks like it might be somewhat truthful to see that, the Snyder Cut has brought in around $650 million, yada, yada, yada. I think that's like the first thing that pops up if you search how much the Snyder Cut actually made, but that's not anywhere even close to that. So, as I said before, at best, we're looking at $266 million in revenue. Now, that doesn't change the fact that a huge resurgence of Snyder fans as well as comic book fans are probably going to want to see more of, ideas that Zack Snyder had to offer. As I said before, there's a Man of Steel 2. He had other ideas to build out this universe even further. Well, thanks to a recent article by IGN, I speculate that there's no way that this universe is not going to be explored even further. The IGN article says that Black Adam release date is confirmed, and quoted, Warner Brothers was quoted saying that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. It's a pretty short write-up. I'm just going to read it really fast. It says, Warner Brothers has announced that Black Adam will hit cinemas on July 29th, 2022. No further information was released regarding the long-gestating Dwayne Johnson project, though Warner Brothers teased that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. The announcement also highlights that fans should expect Black Adam only in theaters, which would seem to indicate Warner Brothers does intend to eventually pull the pin on its simultaneous HBO Max releases and return to a traditional cinema-only approach. In December 2020, Warner Brothers announced that 17 of its theatrically released movies for 2021 would be available for 1 month exclusive window on HBO Max in addition to a big screen release. Last week, it was confirmed that Pierce Brosnan has joined the film as Dr. Fate. Filming on Black Adam is reportedly due to commence next month. That's a really great write-up by Luke Riley. If you want to go check that out, and see what else he did there, you can. So let's talk about both of these things together now, because if you're going to make a Black Adam movie, there's only one question that really, kind of comes up. It's like, who is realistically going to stand up to Black Adam other than Shazam? Okay, Shazam made $366 million from what I see here. That's stacking it up against Justice League the first time, which made $657 million. Man of Steel made $668 million. Batman vs. Superman made $872 million. So the question remains is, what's going to stop Shazam from just, running rampant all over the DC universe? How is he going? Where is he going to find his place? How is he going to find his place in the DC universe? Does it make enough sense to stack up Shazam against Black Adam and that be the thing? Have it be a going rivalry? I think you already know the question. I mean, obviously that's a rivalry that we have seen in the comics. That's a rivalry that's pretty prevalent, but that can't be the sole focus of the DC universe. Now, obviously, the Suicide Squad is coming out, and that's fine, but the Suicide Squad arguably doesn't appeal to all audiences. Arguably doesn't appeal to a wide array of moviegoers and movie watchers. So that only leads me to believe that one possible thing could happen to make this make sense. I remember Black Adam being announced like a couple of years ago, with like Dwayne The Rock Johnson being rumored to be Black Adam. And it was like, maybe this is going to happen, but it ended up being a true leak. That being said, he cannot be the sole face of the DC universe. It's just not possible. You have to have the core players coming in to play to make this work. So yes, you guessed it. And again, this is just a theory. I really think that Warner Brothers is going to find a way to follow up Black Adam with some sort of Justice League material, maybe another Superman movie. I mean, there's no reason why Henry Cavill wouldn't be able to come back as Superman. I mean, to my knowledge, the only person that says that they haven't really wanted to be as present with these projects as Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, if you'll remember, the Batman movie that Robert Pattinson is starring in was supposed to star Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was going to write, direct, and star in the project, but obviously had to step away because of personal issues, whatever. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense to have Black Adam be the new thing whenever you're not going to have all of the heroes we've come to know and love. Now, obviously, Wonder Woman's not going anywhere. We haven't heard any news on Man of Steel 2. And let's say worst case scenario, that's what we get, is maybe some sort of Wonder Woman and Superman team up against Black Adam to have them save the day. But why would you do that whenever you have an opportunity to tell such a bigger story and a better story with all of these other characters that could be involved in the project? I'm just saying, DC is kind of known for doing everything that Marvel doesn't do, and now is the time to get all these ducks in a row, strike while the iron's hot. People are saying really good things about this latest movie, and I think there's opportunities to make so much more money off of, multiple characters found within the Justice League. It just seems like the most logical course of action to just try and revive the Justice League in some way, shape, or form and have that directly talk to Black Adam. That's my ramblings for today. That's my thoughts, my theories on what could be happening. Shout out to Forbes and IGN for those articles. You can peep those down in the description down below. Just wanted to make a quick video today. I'm going to be trying to do more of these, just talk about things that are on my mind, of things that make sense and don't make sense. And, at the end of the day, they're just theories and they're just opinions. So if you get mad about it. But in all honesty, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for checking the channel out. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to podcast listeners as well. If you want to, find out how you can check out the podcast, we do a podcast every single week in addition to, some audio content that kind of piggybacks from videos here. And that's down in the description down below as well as our other projects we're working on. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Before I go, check this out. Whatever possessed you to check out the podcast or the YouTube channel today, I just want to say thank you so much for doing so. If this is your first time here, I would appreciate it, if you would consider subscribing. As you can tell, it's not just me here anymore. I mean, I do stuff by myself, but the podcast is going to reside here from now on, in video form. So if you want to see more content, if you want to be notified, every time we post something, whether it be a clip, a podcast, a review, an interview, whatever it may be, if it's gaming stuff, make sure you click that bell and hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Thanks for sticking around, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. I'm Gabriel Fast. I will always be the Wannabe Critic.